Hello friends and welcome back to SCA Plays Dark Souls. I'm picking up pretty much where I left off, sans the corpse run. So let's see if we can take these guys out with a little bit more cleverness than last time. I should be able to tag them from here, or at least that one. And since I'm standing over here, I'm not going to fall off when he throws stuff back at me. Probably not going to hit him though, because it's kind of hard to hit moving targets. And he didn't actually knock me off last time, he just killed me. Spear beats knife, this is a fundamental truth. That anyone who well versed in the ways of spear and or knife fighting will be well aware. Nah, too far. So I'm going to be a bit reckless here. Always a bad idea, but, you know, screw it. This is the room most strongly based on the Duomo di Milano, although, I mean, the look of all of Anor Londo is very strongly based on it. But this is the most cathedral-y place in Anor Londo. I mean, it's all quite cathedral-y, but this is extra cathedral-y. It took me a long time to figure out that the way you get that item is to do this. Okay, hold on. Yeah, there we go. You break the chain and it falls down surprisingly quietly. Let's see. Headshot, fantastic. Headshots usually have more knockback than not headshots, which is why it's a good idea to get them when you're trying to knock people off of high places. Come on. He should give up on the knives if I block them, hopefully. Or maybe not. I think they have an infinite supply of knives. These guys are called painting guardians, and they, yeah, they guard a painting, surprisingly. Whoa, okay. No, don't kill me. It'll be bad. Oh, for fuck's sake. I died. Dear, oh dear. Yeah, well, I'll, yeah. And we are back. Boom, headshot. Fantastic. So, I wasn't really saying anything interesting. You might notice that there's a whole bunch more painting guardians down on the ground floor. We'll find the painting these guys guard in a minute, but, we won't be using it. How do you use a painting auto? Well, we'll get to that a bit later on, but first... There's actually... You can use spells. There's a spell that makes a noise that distracts people, but there's never really any reason to use it, because you can just do it with arrows, or crossbows, or knives, or whatever. Oh, didn't knock him off. He was pretty... There we go. Nothing quite like watching the corpse of your opponent ragdoll. Like a cut-stringed... Oh, for fuck's sake. And we're back. So, yeah. This time I took it carefully and just walked, so... Yeah, this is interesting. There's two clear objects of, or foci, is that, how do you pronounce that? Of the space in here. One is that painting, and the other is this giant statue of a goddess who we can figure out, and will later have proven is, Guinevere, the, oldest daughter of Gwyn and the goddess of healing. flanked by Silver Knights. But, yeah, what's up with that painting, and why are there painting guardians here? We will find out later on. And, in fact, I would normally... okay, so, basically, that painting is the portal to one of the game's few entirely, oh, what's the word? Screw it, I'll go with instanced. Entirely instanced places where, yeah. This seems a bit excessive, but I mean, this is the city of the gods, you know? I mean, if they don't get to have fancy show-off, giant corkscrew elevators, then who does, really? Who does? Yep, there's another Belfry Garg to deal with. Come on, matey. Can't remember what I was saying. What was I saying? Let's maybe fight him back. Oh, for fuck's sake! Well, I was saying let's maybe fight him back a bit where the camera won't get me killed, but, too late! Too late. Dear oh dear, this is turning into another one of those episodes, isn't it? Ha, look where my bloodstain is, how inconvenient. Normally I would go for the bloodstain first and then fight the opponent, but I might have to fight this, this gargoyle, then get my bloodstain. Unless... I'm pretty sure I did this once fast enough that, it threw itself off the edge and died, but, that does not seem to be happening this time, and that could be a misremembering or a dream I had. You know, don't assume that everything I say is fact. Although I usually mention when what I'm saying is obvious bollocks. So yeah. Basically, that painting leads to the painted world of Ariamis, which is one of 3 locations in the game that you cannot get to. You know, it's not part of the same zone. You have to get to it via a loading screen. The others being the Undead's Asylum and the DLC area. Come on. See, if I'm going to fight him, I should fight him over here where there's a guardrail. I mean, you remember I've talked a lot about how important guardrails are, and how lacking Lordran is, generally speaking, in that respect. Oh, bye then. Can I get a drop attack? Yes! It's always satisfying to get a drop attack. And it's actually pretty rare to get the gargoyles down on the stairs, so they usually try and avoid it. Presumably because they don't want to get drop attacked. So, to get into that painting you have to have an item that we don't have yet. Normally I would have gone to, I would have gone through the Undead Asylum already, but... Oh, come on! I hadn't even recovered yet. Normally you can't get hit until you've recovered, to prevent just getting stun-locked. Oh, come on, my bloodstain's back up there again. That's not fair. Normally I make it through this without dying at all. Or at least if I die it's because I fell off in the cathedral, not because the Belfry Gargoyle killed me a bunch of times. God damn it. I'm not sure why I'm doing so badly today. I am going to blame the weather, which is extremely hot and, generally awful. Just makes everything more difficult. I don't know why it has to be so warm. This is England. It's supposed to be, like, cold in summer, not like fucking humid, and I'm sitting here in shorts and a tank top and I'm sweating buckets. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so Painted World of Ariamis. To get into it, you have to have an item that you pick up in the Undead Asylum when you revisit it, not the first time through. And, yeah, I haven't been back there yet, although I normally would have been back there on a normal playthrough of this game. But yeah, I'm still trying to run through it roughly in the manner of someone running through it for the first time, so... Or at least that was my original intention. It's arguable whether or not I'm still doing that. See, this is what it's normally like. Yeah, so what was I saying? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish Anor Londo as a zone, and then I'm going to go there. Then I'm going to come back to Anor Londo and do a little bit of a roundup where we go to the Painted World of Ariamis and grab a couple of other items here that maybe I won't have grabbed. Yes! Tail cut! Fantastic! Do I get the axe? Where's the axe? Oh, come on. Maybe you can only get it off that first gargoyle in the belfry. I could have sworn I've got the gargoyle tail axe off these guys before though, but Come on, let's be having you. Everyone's bored. No one likes you anymore, gargoyle. And that's him dead. There we go, gargoyle halberd. And I got the shield and the helm, nice. The shield and the helm don't always drop. Two helms? Huh. Also, I've got the standard helm, the elite knight helm. Well, now is not the time for rummaging in the armour. Tell you what, I'm gonna go show you something that maybe you might not have noticed on your playthrough, although you probably have if you've been playing it. We can move this down, and it will, this is how you get ground floor access to the cathedral, which is how you get to go see the, Painted World of Ariamis. But it's also... Let's see, yeah, there's that. It's also... not the final level. There is one further. Oh, that's right, yeah, it doesn't actually go any further down. What you have to do is run down the corkscrew. Doop-de-doop-de-doo. Here we go. There's nothing on the ground floor of the corkscrew, but there is a weird little shrine in here. Now, this may actually be the first statue we've seen of Gwyn. I can't remember if there's any other depictions of Gwyn anywhere, but this is a mausoleum. Now, it seems clear to me that these graves are the graves of the most notable of the Silver Knights, because of the there's this Silver Knight frieze here, indicating that that's somehow relevant, although there do seem to be more knights in the frieze than gravestones. I'm just going to light this bonfire. I'm not going to actually rest at this bonfire because it's it's actually less convenient. What does this say? Need ring. What have we here? The Ring of the Sun's Firstborn. Haha, interesting. What does that say? The Lord Gwyn's firstborn, who inherited the sunlight, once wore this ancient ring. Boosts the strength of miracles. Lord Gwyn's firstborn was a god of war, but his foolishness led to a loss of the annals, and a rescinding of his deific status. Today, even his name is not known. Now, that's not actually quite the story we're told in other sources, which is that his divinity was stripped away from him deliberately by the agency of Gwyn, or possibly someone else. There's an illusory wall here somewhere. I forget where exactly. Or maybe you need to be wearing the ring. I can't remember. Anyway, the point is, there is a character hidden here who I will be coming back to much, much later on. To basically, it's complicated, and I don't want to, I don't want to be too spoilery too soon, so we're just going to note that this is an interesting, weird little shrine. And why is the Ring of the Sun's Firstborn worn by this corpse? And why is it at the feet of a statue of Gwyn? Interesting stuff to think about. So, yeah, that's all that's down here. So, yeah, picking up back where we are. Here we have this grand staircase up to the main cathedral, central building. That is, of course, just a side hall over there. Now, when I talk about little environmental hints, it's never directly stated anywhere that giants and humans both lived in Anor Londo at the same time. But if you notice, it's pretty clear that it was built for both, because here we have a set of steps that are suitable for giants, and flanked on either side by steps suitable for humans. There's no reason why that would be there unless humans were intended to come here at some point, although whether they lived here, or whether it was just a kind of a, you know, great human heroes getting to climb up on Olympus as a reward and meet the gods, is a mystery. There's a couple more of these bronze guardians. They're not bronze, they're brass. There seems to be an association between sunlight and brass, and an association between the gods and brass. Which is interesting. Oh shit, I aggroed both. Ah. Let's see if I can... You can actually get really easy headshots on these guys, and you can shoot them in the head from outside of their aggro range, so they can't fight you. Which is actually usually how I deal with them, but I thought you might want to see an actual fight instead of me being cheesy again. That was close! Fucking hell. Okie dokie. They're not really... I think they're fire resistant, actually. They don't take much damage from it. They are apparently resistant to... I mean, weak to lightning, but, you know. And of course, if I hit the shield, it's not going to do any damage. Tell you what, I'll just let them... Oh, come on, guys, go back to neutral. Don't be mean. You suck. Gwyn sucks. I hate you, and I hate Gwyn. Everyone is terrible. Of course, the other option is always just to stab them in the feet. It's easier to hit... It's actually easier to fight them on this staircase because you can stab them in the feet. It's easier to get past their shield. Down low! Fuck. Come on, Auto, don't die again. You've got a whole fan base relying on you. Well, I say that, there's like, what, nearly 30 of you? That's actually pretty good. I should be proud of myself. I've been doing this for a month and a bit. There we go. Another similar point is, well, up here we have giant doors that we can't open right now. Beware of elation. But over here, see this? This is a giant metal gate, but what is in it? A little postern for humans. See? Does not open from this side, fair enough. So, yeah, that's another indication that this is a place inhabited by humans and gods, or giants. Because not all giants are gods, but all gods are giants, sort of. If you headshot that guy, it's actually entirely possible to knock him off in one hit, which is always very entertaining. These things are kind of a pain to fight, and they can throw lightning, which I forgot. They don't actually throw lightning, they throw their spears, and their spears are lightning enchanted, which is weird because they're demons. And, yeah, demons and lightning, not really, a usual combination. Also, these are really freaky demons. They are actually, I think, the freakiest looking demons in the game, with their exposed brain skull stuff, and their raggedy wings, and they're just, like, emaciated figures, and... wow. They do a lot of damage, too. And, of course, since I don't have 100% lightning block on this shield, because very few shields have full elemental blocks, and the ones that do generally don't have full physical damage block. Yeah, basically I prefer to shoot these guys from a distance, because they suck and they're kind of horrible looking. And those bloody shoulders they have. Not shoulders, forearms. So that's that. They have a proper name, but I can't remember what it is. Something demons. Wing demons, maybe? Try jumping! Try fuck right off. That's a troll message, there's nothing to get down there. There's one more here, hiding around this corner. Who is able to hit you through the wall, because, you know, Dark Souls is a tough game like that. Oh, come on. There we go. So yeah, lots of interesting stuff to learn up here in Anor Londo. Of course, it's also just an absolutely gorgeous place to look at, which I've already gone on about at great lengths. But I mean, you know, Duomo di Milano is one of the most beautiful churches in the world, and this is a whole city based on it, so it's not exactly surprising. But it is gorgeous. So this is where we have to go next. Again, down a buttress, although at least this buttress has handrails, and therefore it's at least more strongly indicated that you are supposed to go down it. Can you go down this one? Is there an item down here? I feel like there should be, but I don't think there is. Nope. No illusory wall either. Do you hear that? That is the noise of a pair of dickheads who we're going to meet next episode. They are a huge pain to deal with, and everyone hates them. Just running back up here quickly. I am pretty sure that there's nothing behind this door. It's impossible to open it, which did not stop me spending a really long time trying to figure out how to open it, because it feels like you should be able to, but apparently not. More Silver Knight statues, and notice these Silver Knights are wearing skirts. Unlike actual Silver Knights, but pretty much identical, apart that these are high quality marble and uncorroded, to the statues in Sen's Fortress. The other difference being size. So again, an interesting connection there. And yeah, I think I'm going to call that the end of today's episode. It's been a pleasure. I'll catch you guys later.